Welcome back, everybody. This is Atop here, bringing you the results from the CWL Lite matchup between USA Adults and LP4 Hades. And look what we have here. USA Adults, we came away with this absolutely huge victory against LP4. LP4 came into this matchup the #1 clan in the CWL Lite League with a 6-1 record. And so this one was a huge war for us. Props to LP4, as you can see with the score. We did a rather large breakdown. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But came away with a 2-star victory and the percentage win. And so we've got a lot of replays actually to show you here. We're going to end up showing a Town Hall 9 hit here. We're going to do something a little bit different here. Actually going to show a Scout Town Hall 9 V10 and then the 10 V10 hit. Kind of want to show how that all came together, show the Scout and then show the hit on the Town Hall 10 that was 10 V10. And then we actually have something pretty huge here. We've got 3 10 V11 hits we're going to end up showing you. They were all 3 fresh hits. We came with 3 fresh 10 V11 hits. So before we get into that, I do want to show here some of the stats that we have from our team. Again, this war, check this out here. We actually ended up doing a 4-12-24 breakdown. So this is a ton of fun. But check this out here up top. All of our Town Hall 11s were perfect. Can't ask anything more from them. As you can see though, every single one of their hits was on a scouted base. So great job, Town Hall 9s, taking care of business as well. We're going to also give a shout out here to, where is he at? Paul. Check out Paul right there. Number 14. 2 fresh 10 V11 hits. Huge. This was Paul's this was his first CWL war this season. While he was upgrading to Town Hall 10, we were able to get him in here this war because it's such a large breakdown. I have a feeling he's going to be in a few more here after that kind of performance. We also had a hit here from DJ, his first CWL war. As you can see there, his first hit, number 15 there. He was able to take a 10 V11 as well. And then we get up here to number 6, Truffle Butter, came away with a fresh hit. We'll go ahead and see that as well. But let's go ahead and give some other shout outs here to some folks. Shifty came away with the 6-pack, Dragon Knight, Mnemonic, Arbos, Para 2, which we're going to show one of those replays here, Becca. And so you can see we did pretty well there. Let's go ahead and get into one of these replays here, and we'll go over some of the stats while that replay is going on. We're going to start off here with Para 2, who does somewhat of a witch hit on one of these unique bases. That might be a good one here to show while we're going through some of the stats. It's going to come with a 3 golem attack with 10 witches. Going to start here on the northwest side, ends up delaying one of the golems to help clean up that other side here, as you're going to go ahead and see. But while that's going on, let's go through some of these stats. Again, we did a 4-12-24 breakdown. No 11v11 hits for either side. The 10v10s, both squads ended up with a 10v10 hit. We are 1 for 14 over here at USA Adults, and they were 1 for 13 over there at LP4. USA Adults, or excuse me, I had that backwards. 1 for 14 on LP4 and 1 for 13 with USA Adults. LP4 was 24 of 40 for their 9v9s, and USA Adult was 22 of 39. 11 v10s, 8 for 8 on USA Adult side, and 6 for 8 over on LP4. As you can see, that's the difference there with the 2-star victory. 10 v11, we've got 4 for 8 at a 50% hit rate there for USA Adults, and 4 for 10 over there at LP4. So great job on their side as well. And then scouts, we had a lot of bases scouted, 7 for 9 and 4 for 7 over there on LP4. So it's always fun when I'm doing some of these bigger breakdowns as well. We got a lot of action going on. All town hall levels are really relevant, which makes it important, so it's kind of fun for all of these. So again, props to LP4 there for helping us put together that huge breakdown. I believe that's probably the largest breakdown of a war ever in CWL Lite, so great job. As Para 2 is going to wrap up this attack, we're going to go ahead and move into, we're going to actually go into a scout hit here. I wanted to show you this. So, Deadly Potato, or Tater here, does a scout hit on number 14's base at an 84% 2-star. So I'm going to pause this here for a second. As you can see, this base, he's going to come in here, try to get highest percent 2-stars he can. Comes in with a queen walk. Look at his comp down there, and loons. Because when we're starting off with this, we're thinking, okay, this might have the potential to be able to air its attack. So let's go ahead and get through this and drop that queen walk there up top. Sets a funnel with a wizard. And down below, well, I guess we'll just wait for her to do her thing. Speed this up ×2 since it's a scout hit. Drops those healers on it. Now down here below, he's going to come with a golem, wizard to set the funnel, and his BK with some bowlers. He's able to take out both those ADs up top, one more down there with the BK and bowlers. He's going to hasten some loons at each one of these sides to clear out some defenses and follow them up with some minions. Basically, his objective here was to clear out all that trash on the outside to get as much percentage as possible. Gets the town hall with the queen walk. Queen at this point is still healthy. Ends up dropping a haste on her just to keep her going since there's nothing really else to haste. Speed that up here to the end. So as we see here, when someone gets such a high percentage, by the way, incredible job there, Tater. Someone gets a high percentage like that on a base, it's something that we can build off of. So what we ended up doing here is Greg, sorry about that notification, ends up going in here on 14. Alright. And we say, okay, well, that beginning part did so well. Why don't we mimic that? And then what we can do is sweep in with the dragon. So Greg drops his queen and his healers, and actually makes a mistake here. Only drops 2 healers on the queen. Didn't know that he was only had 2 dropped. I think he felt like he may have had more, or meant to drop all 4 of them at that time. He comes in with the naked king with the bowlers. Doesn't need the golem with the level 40 king. Feels like he can get up there and get to that AD. Queen gets that first AD up there. Speed this up ×2. Set some minions up there to clean some of the trash. Queen's doing her job. Getting low on health because he doesn't realize he only has 2 healers on her. At this point ends up realizing it and sends in more. Heals her back up. Got a golem in the CC, but at that point ends up dropping those dragons up there. Now on the back end there, he's got a CC full of loons that he's going to haste in, and is able to take out the Inferno, and several of those defenses. And the Queen is still at full health. She's used her ability, but is still at full health with healers on her. Got 2 dragons up. But this Queen's able to step up here, take out that last air defense, the Expo, and the Expo's locked onto her, so this dragon's able to come in and take out those last few buildings. Incredible 10v10 job there. Another 10v10 for Greg. Might be 3 in a row for him. 3 wars in a row. Not so sure. Alright, so now, as promised, we're going to end up showing some of these fresh 10v11 hits. 2 of them from Paul, and 1 of them from Truffle. Alright, so Paul comes in here on Messy, ends up dropping a couple loons on the corners there to take out those mortars. Gets them down. Again, this is a fresh hit, so not knowing where anything's at. It's just trying to be careful. Ends up getting a couple air bombs there to pop. So he's just sending in some loons here, trying to pick off some of the defenses that could take away air, so he can now, if you see in his comp, he's got some baby dragons and such, so he's going to be able to use those to clean up some percentage. He comes heavy over here on the northeast side with his bowlers and golem. Activates the eagle. Lays down a great jump there to be able to get into that second compartment. He's got both heroes in there. All those bowlers. Drops 2 poison, brings 2 poison since the CC wasn't known. Freezes the back end Inferno. And there's enough bowlers in there to be able to get to the town hall. Pops the Hound, but his Queen still has not used ability. He's able to get percentage over here with these dragons, since he took out all the defenses that could take those down. At 49%, but at this point he has his ability. The Eagle's locked on something else, so he's able to pop his ability, get in there, and grab a couple more percentage. Incredible job there, Paul, on that fresh hit. Next one here we have from Truffle Butter. Again, this is was a fresh hit, so not knowing what's going on, but you can see this base. We've decided that a Queen walk down here with some golems up top to help set the funnel is going to be the plan. Drops a couple wizards there to funnel the Queen the right way, but really didn't need it. Didn't know there was a Tesla there. Rages up his Queen here with all those point defenses on her. Alright, so at this time he's able to take out that air defense. Didn't have to use her ability at all. There's nothing really there that's going to be threatening her. So he gets her up to this point. It's going to end up dropping a golem and some bowlers up top there around noon to help set this funnel. So that way the kill squad, the Queen, everything can kind of meet each other up. Drops golem with some bowlers under rage. At that point activates the eagle. But look at this funnel he's able to set. At this point he's able to bring in another golem. Queen, king, everything meets up together. Able to drop 1 jump to get into that town hall area. It's another Hound, Loon, CC. But everything, look at all this power coming in. Able to take out that town hall easily. It's at 49% once he takes it down. At this point, it's just hoping you get your bowlers to knock out a couple more defenses. And he's got his king up as well, pounding on the CC. He's able to get to the 50%, ends up getting another percent or 2 here. There it is. Great hit, Truffle Butter. final hit here that we're going to show is from Paul again. Paul goes in on another fresh 10v11. Look at his troop line. I think he's trying to impress somebody by using every troop in the game. But as you can see here, every single troop had a purpose. He drops an EQ on that town hall thinking it's going to be pretty important to be able to weaken that town hall. Drops a couple giants, bowlers here to actually pull the CC and take out a couple buildings here. At that point he knows it's a hound loon. Gets it lured over, and he ends up having a baby dragon in his comp to be able to take out. I'll speed this part up. Baby dragon lure with the poison. Alright, got that over with. Baby dragon ends up going the right way. Drops a couple wizards there. Let's end up seeing what they end up doing. Breaking into that wall, but drops a golem there at the bottom left. Throwing in his wall breakers. Once he knows there's nothing that's going to pop, a Tesla or some mini bombs or something to take it out. Ends up deciding just to come heavy at that point with everything he's got, because he's got a jump, a freeze, 2 rages. One jump's going to be enough to get into there for the bowlers to be able to reach that town hall. And just so much firepower there with all those bowlers. Hits his king ability, freezes a dead Inferno. His plan was to freeze it, but the bowler bounces ended up getting it. But he just has so much power here that everything's down. He's at 47%, but he's got a queen with ability. Pops queen ability. It's able to get a couple more buildings here. Not in any real threat. Eagle is up, so she's not going to be able to keep on going, but is able to get to that 50%. Ends up taking out 1 or 2 more buildings here. 52%. Eagle takes her down. Incredible job there, Paul. Great for CWL war. Well, there you have it. An incredible war from USA Adults. So we couldn't be happier. This is probably one of our biggest wins that we've had in CWL. Thank you again to LP4 for making this happen with such a large breakdown. That 4-12-24 breakdown was a lot of fun. We've got our next matchup this next week against Weissel Golem. Going into this week, 6-2. Congrats, USA Adults. I believe we end up having about a 2-win advantage in our division as well. So we've got to keep the pedal on, gas on, get all the way through here to the end. But great job so far. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.